Hi, welcome to Blaise Cooks. I'm Blaise, your host, and today we're going to do lamb. Now, I love lamb. Now, you've probably never seen this cut of lamb. This is breast of lamb. It's the same as brisket. Brisket breast is the same thing. Breasted lamb, the shoulder, and the shank, they're unbelievable cuts, and they all take a relatively long time to cook, but they become tender and so flavorful. I really want you to try that, and that's why today I'm going to show you how to prepare this cut. Now, don't run out to the supermarket and get a breast of lamb. You're not going to find it. Call up your local farm, find out who's raising lamb, and say, next time you slaughter a lamb, I want a couple shoulders, I want 2 shanks, and I want 2 breasts of lamb. Just get it, put it in your freezer, because you're going to love this stuff, and it's always going to be there for you when you're in a jam. Of course, you got to start it around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's ready by dinner time. But nevertheless, once you discover this, you're going to love it. Now, let me show you how I prepare this. Now, preparing this is very simple, folks. Just like all meats. I always recommend not, overdoing it. All you do is get some coarse salt, sea salt, or kosher salt. Diamond makes a brand. They all make a brand. And really load it up. And then plenty of black pepper. Just going to grind that on there. And we're going to sear this in the pan. I'm going to put the black pepper on both sides, of course. And of course, in a bigger cut of meat, like that brisket or a pork shoulder, I put a lot more salt. I mean, this is a small cut of meat, so obviously I'm not going crazy with the salt. But you can see it's nicely coated with the salt and pepper, and we're just going to put it in a really hot pan that's got a little olive oil in it, and we're just going to put it down there. You can hear that nice sizzle, okay? And we're going to let that brown. And the reason you do this isn't really cooking it. This is the first step to creating flavor. You're searing the meat, and you're creating a nice crust to it, but also that's creating a fund in the bottom of the pot. And we're going to deglaze that pan, and we're going to add that to the braising liquid, and that all goes towards flavoring essentially the sauce. Just going to put an onion in there, whole onion with skin and all, and we're going to stud it with just 2 nice cloves. And we're going to stick it in there, and we're just going to put it in there, okay? And I'm going to brush off a little bit of that dirt. In fact, you know what? I'm going to cut off this the tip of this onion, because I see that the root end of the onion had a little dirt on it. No big deal. You just brush it out. Drop that in there, and then we're just going to smash a couple cloves of garlic. Okay, that's 1, and throw it in there. 2. See how I'm smashing it? Big blade knife. Just smash it. I don't care if it falls in a bit. So there you go. I nailed some of that smoke. Jesus Christ. Anyway, so you see how that is. Nice and crispy. The fat, of course, is really what crisps up and curled up. But once that goes into this dish and into the oven, it's going to, completely shrink down, pull back from the bones. We'll probably expose about that much of the bones. The bones are only about that long. And meat will just shrink up. And that's really the way you know it's done. Now I'm going to give you a bird's eye view of me in action here, because man, you got to keep an eye on this, because this is rocket science, okay? First of all, my meat, as you can see, you see that, is quite done. Hopefully it's not burnt, but I don't mind a little burny flavor. No, that's not burnt. That's looking good. I'm going to drop it right in the pan, okay? Then I'm going to do what everybody's afraid to do. I'm going to, wait a second. I'm going to deglaze the pan, okay? Watch this. Watch out for the steam. Look out! Whew. Okay, I'm gonna stir that around. Okay, you see that? And it quickly evaporates the oil, 12-13% alcohol. Once that's gone, it gets kind of syrupy. Obviously, once the water in the wine starts boiling off, it gets even more syrupy. But as you can see, can you see? I don't see any bits and pieces left. We're going to take that, we're going to drizzle that over our breast of lamb, or our lamb brisket, and then we're going to get some chicken stock. If you have veal stock, use that, but I didn't have any. No big deal. I'm going to just pour chicken stock in. You want to bring it up 2/3 of the way up on the breast of lamb. I need a little bit more. I'm going to add some water to it. My chicken stock is homemade, and it's, you know what? You guys can't see that, can you? Oh boy. Okay, you see that? Now you can see it. And that, I don't know, that looks about 2/3. And then we're going to put it in the oven. Oh, no, wait a second. We're going to put in all this rosemary. You know what? You can't see anything. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm going to just put in the rosemary. Let me make sure I got everything. Yeah, I got everything. Now, we're just going to stick this in the oven. I think I got everything. And can you see me? Oh my gosh, I'm right on camera. Oh, great. You know what I didn't do? It's supposed to be preheated at 325. But guess what? My darn oven has an on switch and a temperature gauge. And I'm used to those that you turn up the temperature, it's on. So anyway, it's going to take an extra 10 minutes to cook. But in about, I don't know, 2 hours, maybe less, that baby's going to be done. Well, I pulled the lamb out of the oven. You see these bones, that's when you really know the lamb is getting done. And what I'm also going to show you now is splitting this in two. And I just count off the ribs, do it your way. There's 3 big ones, a lot of meat on the top 3 and less on the bottom. So I'm going to cut it three ribs up top and 4 on the bottom. And there we go. That's cartilage it goes through. And then you have 2 nice pieces. And let's get those carrots from that other meal that I made in that other video. But my favorite part is now, and I'm just going to take a little slice off this, the side here. Like I said, it's foolproof. As long as it's in there long enough and that meat pulls up from those ribs, and it looks done. I mean, it's got to look done, everybody. It's got to look brown. It's got to look roasted. And sometimes you just have to use your good judgment. But if you do, and you see that much of the rib, at least on the lamb, obviously bigger cuts of meat, like from a pork, you want to see more rib, it's going to be done. And it's going to be real flavorful. And so, hope you enjoy your lamb when you give it a shot. Call your local farmer, like I said. And until then, see you next time.